You know that feeling? Like you're just running on empty, totally disconnected from yourself, from the world? Well, today we're going to dive into the philosophy of Master O. He believes the answer to that feeling is all around us, in a universal energy that connects everything. He calls it Qi. And trust me, his journey to understand it might just change how you think about your own well-being.
I mean, it's a feeling we've all had at some point, right? That sense of being lost, anxious, or just disconnected. And that very human experience? Well, that's exactly where this whole story begins. So, what do we do when we feel adrift like that? We start searching, right? Looking for some kind of meaning, a way to feel whole again. And that's precisely the journey Master O found himself on. He wasn't starting out as some grand philosopher. He was just a person, like you and me, looking for his own answers. Yeah, this whole thing didn't start in a library or a classroom. It was deeply, deeply personal. He actually suffered from profound anxiety and depression himself. And that struggle led him to this powerful idea. Hey, if I can figure out how to heal myself, then I can definitely help other people heal too. But here's the thing. The answer he was looking for, it wasn't in any textbook. It wasn't in some conventional therapy session. His journey took him way off the beaten path, and it led him to this incredible realization that would completely redefine how he saw life, healing, everything. So this search, it didn't lead him to something he could see or touch. Nope. It led him to something invisible, a fundamental principle of the entire universe. What he discovered was something he calls a universal vibration. Think of it like the source code of reality itself, a deep, profound energy that just flows through and connects everything, from you and me to the farthest stars in the galaxy. And this idea, this became the absolute foundation of his entire philosophy. Okay, so what is this energy? Well, he calls it Qi. Let's break that down, because really understanding this concept is absolutely key to getting the rest of his philosophy. So, at its very core, Qi is the vibration of the mind. Now, this isn't just some vague mystical life force. No, Master O is very specific. He says it's a form of universal energy that literally carries intention and information. It's the very essence of what makes something, well, exist. So, what's it like? What are its qualities? Well, Master O calls it the mind of the universe. He says it's a perfect system made of pure light energy, and it contains all information. It's like the ultimate bridge, the thing that connects our mind, body, and spirit, and holds the whole shebang together in harmony. All right, so that's the big picture, universal principle. But the big question is, how does that relate to us, to you and me as individuals? This is where it gets really personal and really profound. Master O explains this with this really beautiful symmetry. On one hand, you've got the universe, the macrocosm. That's the perfect system, the source of all energy. And on the other hand, you have us, human beings. We're the microcosm. And here's the kicker. We aren't separate from the universe. We're an exact copy. We literally have that same perfect divine nature right inside of us. Which of course brings us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? If we are inherently perfect, if we're connected to this huge universal source, then why on earth do so many of us feel so anxious, so lost, and just so fundamentally disconnected from everything? Well, the idea is that the constant stress of modern life, the daily grind, it causes us to lose touch with our natural vibration. We just fall out of sync. It's like our battery runs low, depleting our personal store of this light energy. And when that happens, that's when we lose the connection to who we really are. Okay, so if the problem is basically falling out of tune with the universe, then it makes sense that the solution is to retune ourselves, right? So let's look at the path back to that harmony. It really all comes down to this one core idea in Master O's philosophy. A lack of Qi is the single root cause of pretty much all our problems. It doesn't matter if they show up as mental, physical, or spiritual issues. He says they all stem from the exact same energy deficit. So how do we get back? Well, it's a process of conscious reconnection. Step one is just admitting, hey, my energy is low. From there, the goal is to recharge, to plug back into that universal light energy. This lets us tune our own personal frequency back to the vibration of life itself. And ultimately, that is the path to rediscovering who we really truly are.
And that really brings us to the whole point of this. For Master No, oh, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's a mission. It's about helping people tap into this energy, empowering them to reconnect, and literally reclaim their own happiness and their own health.
So the universe is humming along, vibrating with this incredible energy, a perfect system of harmony and light. The only question left, and it's a big one, is for you. Are you ready to find your frequency?